State?
Golden State.
No.
I was just about to say.
If he goes to Golden State, it's over.
I think
that. Yeah.
I'm a Golden State Warrior fan. If he goes to Golden State,
I'm not going to go.
I think he's going to get the Supermax. I think somehow it's going to work out.
Oh god.
Getting away, we're probably going to have to give away Bledsoe, but
I think.
Do you think Chris Bledsoe or Chris Middleton? Or not
Chris Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe or Chris Middleton?
I think they should get rid of Middleton. Yes, he's a good player. All right, he went to the All-Star game last year, but he is not putting up All-Star numbers this year. He is not putting up top 5, top 10 paid player in the league numbers. He's averaging he'll have a few good games where he'll get over 20 points, but for the most part he's scoring 15 points a game, if that.
Yeah,
I think they should trade him, clear the cap space, get younger players, draft picks, and build from there. I mean, when Middleton was injured for 2 weeks, they didn't lose a game. I think they can do without Chris Middleton.
I think.
Yeah, but Chris Middleton, you got to look at the chemistry that Chris Middleton and Giannis have together. Do you think they could ever find someone that would have the same chemistry as Chris and Giannis? Because you got to think they've been together for.
I think they can.
They've been together for ever since his rookie year, so 5 years. They've been together for a while.
How many new players did the Bucks get this offseason? And look at the chemistry that he has with them.
Robin Lopez right there. You see the chemistry off the court. And
Wesley Matthews.
Yep.
Wesley Matthews.
Amazing
Kyle
chemistry.
Korver. I think Giannis is just a very likable guy and is a legend in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I think he can build chemistry with anyone.
He'll be a legend like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or his actual name, Lou Alcindor.
It's going to suck when the Bucks lose, the Bucks fans, when they have to see Middleton go after the thing, but I think that they will.
In the long run, it'd be a better move.
Do you think if he does leave, do you think he comes back and retires with Milwaukee?
I don't think he's played enough of his career with them.
No.
Well, he started what? He started in Detroit, didn't he?
Yeah.
He started in Detroit? 2 years? He got drafted by Detroit. And, he's been with Milwaukee ever
since. Yeah, he had
since.
his breakout years with Milwaukee.
Right, and that's the same reason Carlos Gomez wants to come back to Milwaukee. I know it's baseball, but still. He had basically the highlight of his career in Milwaukee. So, you got to think, if Milwaukee's where he got his big break, he's going to want to come back and retire. I personally think if he leaves Milwaukee, he's going to come back and retire. Sign a one-day contract or maybe come back for a season or something. But if he leaves, he's going to come back.
I don't think he's worth the money that they gave him. He had one amazing season, one all-star season, and they threw all that money at him. Mm-hmm. It's he barely proved himself.
I think they should have given him another season, personally.
Before they threw him $115 million contract. It's they may have the money to re-sign Giannis to a max contract, but then they're going to have no money left.
Yeah, but I solely believe it's going to either come down to Middleton or Bledsoe getting the can.
Who do you think they keep? Because Bledsoe's kind of getting...
Neither.
Really?
I think Bledsoe's going to get money somewhere else.
If you think about it, Bledsoe's not getting any younger.
I know.
He's 29, 28.
29.
So he's maybe hitting his prime, kind of?
He's in his prime.
He's in his prime right now.
His prime should be in his prime right now.
But if Milwaukee doesn't re-sign him, I don't think he goes to another place where he's had success like Phoenix or Milwaukee.
He didn't have as much. He had all right success in Phoenix, but I think he's had his best seasons in Milwaukee, just like Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
So we got
Milwaukee champions never won a championship except for the Bucks in '74.
And the Brewers in it. No, they didn't win.
They never won a World Series.
They went to the World Series.
They went to the World Series in
82.
82. All right, next topic.
They're the city of MVPs.
The city of MVPs. And beer.
Yeah.
City of MVPs, but no championships.
Sad face. So, next topic. Joe Judge hired as New York Giants head coach.
First of all, who the hell?
Exactly.
Special teams coordinator to head coach. What kind of jump is that?
The Giants must be so desperate. He was their special teams coach for the Patriots and the wide receiver coach. How do you go from a special team?
Giants GM? Dave Gettleman?
Yeah. It's a G, not a J.
How do you go from...
They were looking at the Cowboys defensive backs coach.
Yeah, Chris Pritchard.
They're so desperate.
Well, I think Chris Pritchard is going to get a shot somewhere. Maybe not as a head coach
He's
right now.
Defensive backs coach.
Not as a head coach right now, but I could see him getting a defensive coaching job somewhere. He is eventually.
Yeah, I could see a defensive coordinator.
Maybe eventually a head coach. But
I think eventually a head coach. He's still super young, but he's definitely an intriguing person.
Like, what are the
odds that you go from wide receiver coach?
But what I'm saying,
special teams coach to head coach? What kind of mind are you? Are you a defense?
I'll answer your question right now.
Okay.
Who is their GM?
David Gettleman.
Thank you.
Okay.
He's the wrong GM. You signed the wrong coaches.
It's kind of like
trying to build their special teams unit. Like, special teams win champions.
They got their really good kicker, Aldrich Rosas.
Aldrich Rosas is the GOAT.
Yeah. They're trying to build him. That's it. They're trying to build around him.
They're trying to build Aldrich.
It's kind of like the Redskins. They didn't have fantastic GM, so they hired the wrong coaches. Actually, Jay Gruden wasn't really bad for them. But they didn't go out and get the great staff to put around him. He didn't have a really great staff in Washington. He didn't. He didn't have key pieces. He didn't have anything to succeed. They basically set him up for failure.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely one of those things that's just like, he's young. The biggest thing that Joe Judge has for him is, before he came to the Patriots, he was under Nick Saban. Think of that. You
were
under Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, who is probably two of the best coaches in football, debatably, but best philosophers. They're probably up there. And when you're coming out from the guys like them,
I saw that Nick Saban personally referred. I saw that Nick Saban personally referred Joe Judge, right? That's his name.
Yeah, Joe Judge,
to Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm. And that's what.
But a wide receivers coach,
that's
special teams coach. I'm never gonna get over this. People,
and you got to think that New England didn't have a great wide receiver trio. But look who they had at wide receiver.
Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman. They had Randy Moss at one point.
I'm talking about this year.
So they had N'Keal Harry, who was injured.
Basically all season.
Mohamed Sanu.
Julian Edelman.
They had
trade for it mid-season.
They had Antonio Brown for a game. They had Julian Edelman. They didn't have Chris Hogan. They had Philip Dorsett.
Andy Isabella.
They didn't have Andy Isabella. Andy Isabella plays for the Cardinals.
Oh, that's right.
You're thinking of my Madden team.
Yeah, my bad.
But that's the whole thing with that is he didn't have much, which I'll give it to him, but he didn't produce what he had.
How long was he there?
Head coaching job.
2 years, I believe.
What?
How long was he there? Wide receivers and special teams coach.
Yes, but he's been with the Patriots for 7-8 years.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah. He was as an assistant and everything like that.
Yeah.
So he did work with guys like Amendola.
It's intriguing. It's intriguing that he worked under Saban and Bill Belichick. It's very intriguing about that. But I don't think
like a bunch of idiots when he.
Yeah, but I don't think he was the right guy right there.
Even 10-6 is a success for the Giants right now at this point.
Oh, 13-3 was a success for the Packers right now.
Joe Judge.
That's a good record.
That is a very good record.
Joe Judge gets them to 10-6. He might be a pretty good damn coach now.
You also got to think he's got to put the right pieces around him, the right coaching staff.
If the Giants go 10-6, I'll eat my words and say the Giants and Gettleman
finally made a good decision.
No,
I'll think David
Gettleman is a good GM.
I would say he's good.
No, if the Giants go 10-6 with Joe Judge, I will say that.
I think Gettleman should still be fired.
Even if they go 10-6, I don't think Gettleman's a good GM.
Here's another question.
I think he just got lucky.
Speaking of the Giants, what do you think they do with Eli Manning? Do you think he retires, or do you think they trade him somewhere?
He has absolutely no value.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to trade?
His best years are behind him.
He's done.
Who are you going to trade?
Who would you trade for a 38-year-old washed-up quarterback?
Unless he goes like the Bears
He goes to the Dolphins, beats the Patriots twice right there. Trade for Ryan Fitz.
Unless Tom Brady goes there first. And just continue to lose in Miami because he can't fucking play in Miami. Continue.
Hey, you can still be 8-8.
True.
Unless, like, the Bears get him for mentorship for Mitch, because they've committed to him as a starting quarterback.
Do you think they'll like stay committed to him, or do you think once he does bad, they're gonna like trade for Marcus Mariota or Cam Newton or some shit?
Marcus Mariota and Cam Newton are both not very good options over Mitch. Cam Newton's best years are behind him. He's like 29, 28, 30. Somewhere around there.
There's another
on
quarterback.
the decline.
There's another quarterback.
Marcus Mariota never really peaked. So
never know what a change of scenery would do.
Look at Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd love to see the Titans beat the Ravens. I think that'd be freaking hilarious.
Even though in one of our other podcasts you said that they were the favorite to go to the Super Bowl.
I think the Ravens are going to go to the Super Bowl, but I'd love to see them lose. Don't get me wrong, I love Lamar Jackson. He's like revolutionized the mobile quarterback into the NFL again.
He's gotten high praise from Michael Vick.
Yeah.
One of the best mobile quarterbacks to ever play the game.
He's the best, but I think it'd be hilarious.
Well, you gotta think. The 2-6 seeds to win it all: the 2005 Pittsburgh Steelers and the 2010 Green Bay Packers.
Was that the only two?
Those are the only 2-6 seeds to ever win it all. And do you think that if they beat the Ravens, do you think they could go into Kansas City and beat Kansas City?
It's the whole different offense they're going to see.
I think if someone can beat the Ravens, then they can beat Kansas City. I think the Ravens are a better team than Kansas City.
But this is two different offenses between the Ravens and the Chiefs. The Ravens like to soak up the time. They run the ball. They will run the ball and soak up the time.
Over 1,000 rushing
and then their defense gets to sit on the bench.
One of them was their quarterback.
I believe Lamar Jackson had more rushing yards than Mark Ingram.
And they were both over 1,000 yards. I know that.
But, and Tennessee will do the same damn thing as that. They will run the ball with Derrick Henry and soak up the time on that. Mm-hmm.
It'll be a really short game.
No, it will be a really long game. Because of that reason, it's going to come down.
It's not going to be high. It's not going to be a high scoring game
at the end. Who gets some more first downs?
A game that they run more, it's going to run the clock out more. It's not going to stop the clock as much, so it's going to go faster. You throw the ball more, you're going to throw more incompletions, statistically, and that's going to stop the clock more often, making the game longer.
There's another thing, completely different offense with Kansas City, where they got a man with a bazooka for a fucking
That's
arm.
what I'm saying. Is Kansas City goes air raid. They have a spread off. They'll go air raid on offense.
Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry, Dad.
They will go air raid on an offense. They want to throw the ball downfield. They want their defense back out there to stop and then do it again.
Do you think the Titans have the defense to stop the Ravens? What did this topic start off as? I don't even remember.
It was
Oh yeah, Joe Judge.
Joe Judge. But we've devolved because we always do. We just kind of take a topic and go with it. By the way, another thing about Tennessee, this is a topic I have, but I'll let you finish your piece.
But I think that it's debatable to see if they can stop it. I think that they got the passing games down to stop them. The Dory Jackson's fast enough for Marquise Brown to hold up with him. And then Kevin Byard. And for the run game, it's debatable. It's debatable with Jeffrey Simmons and Darrell Casey locking it up. It's debatable.
Yeah. All right.
So, do you personally believe that there's a quarterback controversy in Tennessee right now?
No.
Whether they're going to keep Mariota?
Whether they're going to keep Mariota or move on from Tannehill? Do you think they'll give Mariota another chance?
No. I think they've proved that they kind of moved on from him.
What do you think they did with Mariota? Where do you think he goes?
See if you can get any value out of him.
Is he on the last year of his contract? Because he came into the same year as Jameis Winston did. Mm-hmm. And Jameis Winston's at the end of his career unless...
Contract, not career.
But
you said career.
It just depends if they're going to pick up... I don't think they picked up the option on Mariota, though. Bucks did, so that's why he got another year.
Where do you think he goes? If he doesn't...
Mariota?
Obviously, he's probably not going to stay in Tennessee. Where do you think
See
he
him
goes?
going to the Dolphins?